Wrong thing.
Oh, no.
Well, hey, everyone. It's back for another night of Advent Happy Hour and a new friend to introduce to all of you who may not know me. This is Kyle. Kyle, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Sorry, I'm just changing this to public so that we can read all the sweet comments that come in.
Oh, fantastic.
Absolutely. So, Kyle, how do we know each other? And tell people a little bit about yourself and what you're drinking tonight.
I'm Kyle. I've been part of Arise since 2014. So technically in seniority, I am more senior than Drew. I met Drew my junior year, and I'm drinking Imperial IPA Voodoo Ranger.
So Kyle serves on our board. So right before we went on, Kyle was like, "Hey, I'm going to pretend, I'm technically your boss." And
technically, yes,
you are. So I guess I have to be on my best behavior. I'm glad you didn't watch last night's stream. My name is Drew, for those that don't know me, because we're also streaming, since it's an Arise person, we're streaming both on the Arise page as well as the Arise YouTube page. I think all comments are up and ready to go. So if anyone wants to say hi to Kyle or hi or have a question, go ahead and do that. We're hanging out and just going to have a good time. I'm drinking I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but it's a Bavarian style beer from Heihenstephaner. So I don't speak German. It's a Weiss beer, and pretty excited to be able to drink this evening with you all. Again, if this is your first time tuning in, drink responsibly. And my whole thing is that I'm picking different beers every single night that I've never tried before. It's kind of like an advent calendar of beer, which they actually sell, but this is more interesting to me. And it ran out before I was able to get it. So, Kyle, we have a lot of history together. You were on the launch team. We were actually just talking about the launch team at Arise, or I guess the relaunch team at the leadership meeting, because our whole thing is that when we get back to being able to meet physically on campus in person, that we're going to have to really kind of go back to some of those launch team principles and work that way. So we said very nice things about you, but I think we both have pretty good stories about one another. So
I have the same stories I always tell about you.
Not everybody has heard them. So if I don't know if anybody is around right now, if anybody wants to say hi, would help me to make sure that the Facebook stream is working. Kent just wrote, "It is a wheat beer." So thank you, Kent, for double checking that our stream works. Kent, I'm telling you, I want you on next week. Send me a message and let's make it happen. Kent was my Boy Scout leader and has a ton of stories about me, like when I got homesick, going to Canada for summer camp, all kinds of really, really terrible stories. So, I mean, those would be the really embarrassing ones. So not to put you on the spot, Kent, but let's go ahead and make it happen. Let's get you on next week and you can tell embarrassing stories about me. And there are a lot from Boy Scouts.
I'm not that surprised.
Oh, gosh, no. So you have a couple. Oh, yeah, the Go Banana. That's funny. That's really funny. Yeah, that was actually Alex that was like all about that. And he got me to do that as well. It was a dance. I won't do it here because I'm sitting down and I have my camera pretty connected here. But Kent, if you come on, I'll do the Go Banana dance. I think I can make it work. So just let me know. So Kyle, what are some crazy stories that we have of each other?
I mean, the one I go to often was the time you got food poisoning. It's probably the go-to story I always talk about you about.
Yeah. So you go ahead. You can tell the story.
I'll tell the real story this time since we're on.
Yeah, I appreciate you telling the honest story instead of the one you usually tell.
So I think that we were on I think it was after a leadership meeting. We went to a Greek restaurant. We all had, I think, chicken or beef, but Drew won the lamb.
Drew wanted the lamb.
And then did we do a laser tag or did we?
Yep, we went to laser tag after.
So Drew ran around
like crazy, sweating up a storm.
Ran around, got everything shown, and then he invited me and Tristan, who are both 21, out to this beer tasting festival. I was told to make it clear the beers are all like that size.
It's a taster.
Taster. Made very clear. I should mention this.
Emily says this is her favorite Arise story, by the way.
We had alcoholic fudge and all that other stuff, and then I was driving Drew home. Drew said he felt a little bit sick. I said, "Okay, cool. I'll make sure I get you home." I missed my turn, so I was talking to Drew. And then I was told that Drew said, I have a little interjection. I'll burp slightly, he told himself. And then he puked all over my Ford Mustang car.
Ford Mustang, yep. Yep. And it was like The Exorcist. Like it was like projectile, like everywhere. And I have to say this because every time I tell the story, to your credit, you were irate. But you didn't show it. You were very gracious.
I was very angry, but I was trying to stay very calm.
Absolutely, you were. And so I
got home,
appreciated that.
Not home. I got to Drew's house.
Yep.
Walked inside. I cleaned up the right side of my body. I think Drew went and got changed.
Oh, I sure did.
And then we had the process.
In my shirt. It was gross.
Cleaning out my car. To this day, I'm not sure why Drew did not just roll down the window. But hindsight's 2020.
Yeah, I really thought I was just burping. But it burped, and it just went everywhere. It was awful. If you've ever seen Santa Clarita Diet, it was that level of vomit. It
never really got out.
Well, we don't need to tell it, No, I mean, I tried my best to clean it up as best as I could. And Kyle still talks to me to this day. So he has
surprisingly
forever.
Yeah, it was a Ford Mustang. Even better, it's a Ford Mustang my dad helped me buy. So let's add some. Actually, at that point, it's fine. But let's just add sentimental value to that situation as well.
Yeah. My favorite story about you, and I mean, it doesn't even really count. First off, let me say this. Kyle is one of the most amazing people I've ever met.
It's only going to end badly now.
No, he puts up with me. My Enneagram 8, get in your face, especially when we play games. When we play video games, I'm super intense, super competitive. No matter what, but so I want to name that first before we do anything else. Kyle, we're at Arise. I have paid someone to come up and to videotape, do a set of commercials or videos for us so that we can, put our name out there, et cetera, et cetera. And Kyle shows up in this random, Kyle, did you remember my birthday? He didn't text me or anything.
He never told me his birthday. I asked him when his birthday was. He's like, soon, winky face. And then he never told me his birthday. So I didn't try anymore.
He never even tried, Ryan.
He is an adult. I asked as an adult, and he never told me. And nope. I'm not a baby Drew. When is your birthday, Drew? Which is
it was November 28th. Thanks for remembering.
Happy birthday, Drew. Happy what? Is it 55, 56?
Yeah, you're 51 weeks early at this point.
Is it 50? Wait, you were 55 or 56? Can't remember which one. Anyway, your story.
Hold on one second. Let's pray. Great God, I pray that you remind Kyle of this moment when he has a smart aleck, 20-something, call him super old when he's only 10 years older than he is. Pray all this in your name. Amen. Okay.
I'm old. I'm already old. I'm old. I had back problems. What? I'm already old. I'm saying I had back problems at times.
Thanks, Allie. Allie and my oldest share a birthday. So I always remember Allie's birthday.
When's my birthday, Drew?
Anyway, so back to my story.
Anyway, your story.
So my story. So we pay for this person to come up and to be able to shoot a commercial. It's just like I'm so excited. I'm trying to figure everything up. Close. I'm 36 now. Super old. Instead of 55, 56. It's just trash. That he would even think that. But thank you, Ken. See, Ken cares about me. Kent knows me better than Kyle does. So we're sitting there and we've got everything set up. I call, I'm like, hey, I need your help in filming, in creating this thing. And Kyle shows up. And I know I gave you the benefit of the doubt. Look, again, I owe you because of the Ford Mustang. So I'll tell it honestly. Kyle shows up in a Young Life t-shirt to our shoot for Arise. And I'm like, what are you doing?
And in my defense, you said, can you help me film something? Not can you film something with me? And those are two drastically different things.
Right. So as my intern that I'm paying at this point, because
I showed up when you called me to help you film.
You showed up in a Young Life shirt.
Hey, I was doing laundry.
Which is fine, right? Like, I mean, yeah, that's cool. No, I was just like, how do you not show up to something in a Rise shirt? Why are you giving Young Life free publicity on my video? So it was funny. We made him turn it inside out. Filming. And so what I might do is I might attach in the comments the video and you can see Kyle's shirt.
Oh, you have us prepared, don't you?
I don't, but I do have a copy of it.
Just easily on hand, luckily.
Well, I mean, I'm a good ministry director. So yeah, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, I mean, everyone is laying into you. Lyndon, Ruth, just everybody. It's
I miss
a hard time. So yeah.
Man.
Oh, I definitely should. Allie said it, so therefore I will definitely should. Hey, Allie, I need you and Brandon to do one of these with me. So make sure you send me a DM. Let me know sometime next week when you can do one. I'm trying to get 24 different people so that we're all hanging out, having a good time.
Who was the first person you asked?
Drew Smith. Are you jealous now?
No, I was just curious. I should have watched some of these.
No, you shouldn't have. These are like the most ridiculous things ever. So I just do them because I like hanging out and talking with people, and I'm a huge extrovert. Okay, here we go. Question for both of you. If you could give someone an Advent gift, not a Christmas gift this year, what would it be?
What's an Advent gift?
So Advent is like the season of preparation for Christmas. So like we're preparing our hearts for the coming of Jesus. You can tell we're super liturgical at Arise.
So once you answer first, as I think of my answer.
I would get, honestly, it depends on who it was, and I would get them an Advent calendar of something that they would really enjoy, like building up to the excitement of Christmas. That's what I would get. So, for example, if I were hanging out with Ryan LaRock, who is another board member and technically my boss. Actually, he's also on the board of higher ed for the Virginia Annual Conference. So he's like super my boss. He's like the boss of my boss. I would get him probably a movie calendar that he could plug in and watch 24 great movies. maybe 24 great horror movies. Ryan was on as well already. So in case we're counting people that got asked before you, it's Kyle.
That's a hard question, though.
And said hugs for people.
That's nice. I never gave Advent gifts. I'm not sure it has to be like a certain category or not.
Did you ever get the chocolate like Advent calendars?
Not actually.
Those things are nasty.
Are they really?
Tried getting them for my kids because I was like, oh, like I totally remember my kids and things like that. Ryan likes my gift. The chocolate calendars. So my kids got them, and one day they forgot to take them out, and I tried them, and it was just nasty. It was gross.
I mean, I think you have to get like a good branded Advent calendar. They're probably like, good chocolate Advent calendars.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
So let me ask you a question. If you had an imaginary partner that you moved to North Carolina with, what would you get them for Advent?
I mean, you talked to her already.
So the joke is I never have seen his partner, and so I don't know if she.
I did leave, I think, goodbye as well, so I think you're still a little salty about that.
That's true. She just cut out. She did not say goodbye to me. So real quick.
No, I did. When I moved to North Carolina.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Drew was like, hey, you want to hang out? I was like, I'm in North Carolina. He's like, when did you move? I was like,
okay,
we could go.
Allie, send me a date next week. I think I have Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday available. But let's not do it in front of Kyle because Kyle will get hurt that we're making plans without him. By the way, Allie Murphy, on the subject of advent calendars, chocolate advent calendars, I got them as a kid, but I got the sugar-free ones because of my diabetes. Spoiler alert, sugar-free tastes way worse. Lionel had an advent box full of tiny jelly jars. Was it good? Like, were these good? You're going to have to... So what would you get? It's a good question from Ryan the Rock.
It's a very good question.
Much better than chocolate. Perfect.
I'm so bad at gift giving.
Oh, and honey too.
I mean, I probably just get I'll probably do where like Olivia doesn't really like chocolate that much, but she loves like sour candy or lollipops and things. So mostly I would do I'll buy like a pack of like I think I found like Sour Patch like candy canes, and each day like hide one that she'll like coincidentally find, and like I'll surprise her. I'll like surprise her and she'll get like a little piece of candy.
Yeah,
probably my best bet I could think of.
Kent wrote beer, which is exactly what I did.
They have enough beer actually right now.
So on that note about lollipops, so like this is totally me and like branding and all that kind of stuff. We have an evangelist that comes to George Mason's campus. Do you know what story I'm about to tell?
No, but I probably know once you start telling it.
So we were trying to think of ways to be able to be in ministry with people who are basically being attacked by this evangelist. They were told they're
who hated me with deep ungodly passion. Well, I think is what I would say.
Yeah, deep ungodly passion. Yeah, he actually directly confronted you.
He did.
So we don't need to go into that story. But one of the ideas I had was, so I've purposefully have been there, being like, I'm sorry, and talking with people. And I said, one of the ideas we should do, as you said, lollipops, is we should get Dum Dum lollipops. And you can personalize the stick of the Dum Dum and just put, I'm sorry for the, and then it's a Dum Dum lollipop. So be basically calling them a Dum Dum. But that was one of those ideas that was better to think than to actually do.
That you do, yeah.
Yeah, So we're coming kind of to the end of our happy hour time. Do you have any other stories or anything you want to share? This is your chance to embarrass me on a live stream in front of all my friends and family.
Ooh, there are some stories, but I'll trying to think of a good one. There's times you brought me to a for my 21st birthday. You did invite me and Will out with Andy to a. This is more a joke about myself than anybody else. To a tequila bar. I'm now leaving on you trying to celebrate. And Drew walked up to the bartender and says, I want you to give this man a drink you think he can handle. And this bartender gave me a drink that was fruity. The main ingredient was triple sec. And I was so frustrated. So I felt like, I know I'm 21, but like, I'm at a tequila bar. Like, somebody said he gave me a triple sec drink. I was so annoyed. And then Drew and Andy bought me quite a bit of tequila shots. They're a good pastor.
Responsible. We were very responsible.
Very responsible. Like a good Reverend pastor.
Yeah.
Bought a disciple tequila for his 21st birthday.
First off, please don't ever refer to yourself as a disciple of mine, because then we're all going to be drinking Kool-Aid. Sounds like we gave you Kool-Aid to drink. Secondly, I usually take out our students on their 21st birthday to buy beer if that's what they want, or to buy dinner if they don't drink, which is fine too. Obviously, it's fine.
You did stick with it. You also did stick with the bill once of like over $100.
Yeah, what was that about? I think you lost a bet though.
I was very adamant.
I think I tried paying for it.
You did. It's all game. It's all game we play now.
Right. So to be fair, I just want to be fair that.
So we went to after every board meeting. Me, Drew, Andy, and everyone else wants to come.
Everyone else wants to come. I love how you're phrasing it, like it's an exclusive group.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm just like the 3 times we went, it was always us 3, and then everyone else wanted to come. Like, but all 3 times was consistent. That's why I say it that way. And we got like appetizers, we got some drinks, just to talk, and then they recommended we play a game to see who pays the bill, and I suck at estimating how much a bill costs, and I got stuck with $100, which then Drew.
The price is right.
Yeah,
and you couldn't go over,
and I lost.
Andy was like right on.
Andy was so good at that.
It was ridiculous.
He was off by $2.
Yeah.
And then Drew paid for me, and then it's been a game for a while now. Every time we see each other, most often Drew buys me lunch. I'm not sure he wheels in, buys me lunch, and I sneak in. I leave him money some places. I think I won last time. I think we evened up the end of it all now.
Sure we did.
I bought you a child a new video game. I think I kind of evens out the best I could.
Yeah, no, it's all good, and I never expected that. So,
yeah.
Real quick, Kent wants to know what your favorite joke is. And then Ryan wants to admit that he made a choice gesture to one of those evangelists at UVA. You know what's funny? That I bet that gesture was the same number of football wins that UVA had the year Ryan was there. You're welcome, Ryan.
I think one of my favorite jokes is a longer one.
We'll close on this. By the way, I have to say this is a good, nice wheat beer, as Kent said. I give it probably like a 6 out of 10. It's a little light than what I'm used to, but go ahead, Kyle. There are 5 people watching.
I'll do the short. I'll do the short of the 2 jokes.
You don't have to. Just go for it.
The Pope is flying in. It's not insulting the Pope at all. It just is the Pope is flying in to a convention to speak to a large number of people. He flies in, and he has a chauffeur to drive him to the convention center. And and the Pope's like asked the chauffeur, like, "Oh man, I haven't driven in so long. Like people have always drive me around, and I haven't been behind the wheel in like years. Please, can you let me drive the convention off? Can you drive the convention?" Chauffeur's like, "I don't know. I could lose my job. Like, I don't know." And the Pope's like, "Oh, don't worry. I'll take full responsibility. Anything happens, please let me drive." The chauffeur's like, okay, fine. Pope gets in the front seat, and the chauffeur sits in the back. And the Pope immediately pressing the gas pedal. He's just driving 90 miles an hour down the road, taking sharp turns, but eventually gets pulled over. The officer comes up, he knocks the dark windows, and the Pope rolls down the window. And the officer, of course, recognizes the Pope. He's like, "Oh, give me 1 second, sir." And he runs back to his car and he calls up his sergeant. He says, "Sergeant, we have a big problem here. I just pulled over something really important." Sergeant's like, "Well, let me get the ticket. Who do you pull over? Like what?" And the guy's like, "I don't know. You're not going to believe this, sir." Sergeant's like, "Well, who is it? Is it the governor?" He said, "No, sir. Way more important than the governor." "Yeah, I don't know. Is it the senator?" "Oh no, sir. Way more important than the senator." "Who is he? He's the president? Is he president?" "Oh no, sir. Way more important than the president." Who could possibly be more important than the president?" He says, "I don't know, sir, but the Pope is driving him."
Nice.
I like that joke.
My favorite appropriate joke.
Exactly the same.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of inappropriate jokes working on college campus, but I think my favorite appropriate joke would be the following. Oh, Clayton likes it.
It's a good joke.
My favorite joke, other than Clayton's face, is Kyle for president. You know, Clayton, you stopped inviting Kyle to play Pirates with us, so I don't know why that's the case.
I didn't notice that as well. Kind of slightly, you know.
Yeah.
I just sit at home alone. I just sit at home alone. Just my cat.
You ready for mine? This is like my quick. Okay. Well, yeah. Do you want a quick one or like a PG-13 one?
I mean, PG-13.
Clayton's gonna be on next week, maybe, if he behaves himself.
I don't think I want to see that.
To be fair, Clayton's wife Sarah is gonna be on our Arisen podcast, so she got to go up to the major leagues, whereas Clayton just gets to do this. So, just saying, Clayton felt very dishonored and just upset that Sarah got asked to be on the podcast.
I
know. All right, you want the quick one or you want the PG-13?
I'll do PG-13.
Oh, here you go. What did the baby corn say to mama corn? Where is Bob Corn? All right, I'll give you a quick one. I'll save my like PG-13 one for another night. So that way Clayton can cry himself to sleep. What is Irish and sits outside all day?
What?
Patio furniture. Yep. It's okay. Well, I want to say thank you to everyone for joining us. Kyle is a great alumni of Arise Campus Ministry. And if you want to learn more about Arise, you can go to www.arisegmu.org. If you're somebody who's watching and never paid for my honorarium when I drove all the way to your church and preached at it, and consider yourself a best friend that I played Pirates with, you can also go there to give a gift.
I feel it's very targeted.
I just want to say right now that Allie Murphy enjoyed my joke. Ha ha ha.
Because Allie's just a nice person. And
you are a nice person. You are. And I did patio furniture. I have a couple of other jokes that I'll be happy to share later. So thanks again for watching. Kyle, how do you rate your Voodoo IPA or Voodoo Ranger?
I think it's pretty good. I tend to go with when I used to be in Virginia, I used to get the Vienna lager, which I like to way better. But it is a good beer.
That's okay, Clayton. That when you actually come on, then I'll be able to shame you more, because you know who totally forgot about my birthday, even though they knew? This guy right here. So All right, everyone. Kyle, thanks again. It was great catching up with
No
you.
problem at all.
And maybe one day Clayton will let you play Pirates with us
I
again.
really hope, man. I stay up every night just waiting by my phone to wait, and I think he plans it out. I think he waited the one night I couldn't play, and he's like, perfect. Let's invite him so I can clear my own conscience, really.
It's sad. I'm
It
sorry.
is. I learned to live with it, actually.
We all do. We all do. Blessings on the journey, as our seminary professor would say. And thanks again, everyone, for watching. We'll be back tomorrow night with another friend. See you then.
See you then.